I know I'm streaming a little bit late today, but, well, I had to plan a bit late today. So welcome to the Graveyard Shift. We're going to continue playing some real classic arcade games. And again, we're going to go with a traditional arcade game and an unorthodox arcade-style game. Today we're going to start with Silent Scope 2, that's on the PlayStation 2, and I'm going to have to explain the oddities that that game entails. But first I need to get it set up, and that requires special equipment. So I'm going to show up today's schedule. There you go. And hopefully we can get everything going. So while I set that up, you're going to be seeing the Elgato screen and the game loading in. So without further ado, let's begin. Oh boy, I just realized that I'm going to need to get another mouse. Uh-oh. Hmm.
Silent Scope.
Alright. Give me a few minutes while I figure this out. just use my PC mouse for a little bit. Hopefully that doesn't crash anything. Alright, so as it turns out, I cannot find any spare mouses anywhere. So, my alternative, while I let OBS sort itself out real quick, my alternative is use the mouse that's plugged into my computer. So if the stream randomly ends, it's probably because the OBS program crashed. So hold on while I get this set up going. Move this bowl of chips. Alright, that indicates that everything is okay. Now I can plug this in. There we go. Alright. For those of you paying attention, yes, you did hear me correctly. Silent Scope 2 on the PlayStation 2 actually has mouse support. But it's really strange mouse support. Like, okay, so in order for me to select anything on this screen here, I had to move the mouse down to scroll up, and up to scroll down. And I was going to turn on a mic delay, since I forgot that I'm on my Elgato. But guess what? I'm using the mouse that I use for my computer, which is a Razer Death Adder. So this does use modern mouses, because you can just plug in any mouse through USB and it works, including a Razer Death Adder. So, see here, set options, game settings. We're going to set this to difficulty. You can set it all the way up to 8, but we're going to set it to 3. Going to set our cap to life max. Going to keep our time limit at 60 since that's the default in-game. System settings. Okay, so we're gonna use a green. Actually, no, we're gonna use a blue effect for when we get hit. Okay, and the countdown display in the scope is gonna be on. We can't have it in any in the 3 languages for some reason. These are the 3 languages we have to our availability. I'm gonna set that to English. Controller. Reverse up and down scope movement. I think that's fine. No vibration. Button configuration. You can only modify the scope settings for controllers here. Okay, so now we can just modify whatever we want with this. So we can have the scope cover the whole screen, but we want it to be about 25% instead of the usual size here. Okay, transparency. We want to be able to kind of see through the scope, but not entirely. So we're going to turn that down to 90. Speed. Adjust. Scope on speed. Yeah, I'm going to have to reverse the scope because it's still the same settings here. Okay, that's good. Scope off speed. Okay. There we go, okay. Now I need to change. There we go, reverse scope. There we go. Okay, let's see how that does. There we go. Okay, that's good. Perfect. All right. Okay. Screen adjustment. Screen position. Okay, we can set it all the way to the right or all the way to the left. We want to center it though. Okay, that looks fine. Actually, just to be sure. There we go. Just to make sure that we're not setting this to default. Actually, yeah, that's more centered actually. And of course, brightness level. For some reason, the icon they chose is a girl bouncing an apple on her ass. Whatever. Okay, there we go. Everything's set. Okay, save data. I'm going to turn on auto-saving. Okay. Now let's play ourselves some arcade mode. Okay, yeah, arcade. Now it's going to be really hard because I have to actually play with the mouse on a TV tray. That's where my TV is set, just in order to have a chance of being able to aim right. Now playing as either character changes the viewpoint of where you shoot and everything. So we're going to play as Jackal, who is an ex-convict. Of course, we have shooting range, story, and a duel mode. Duel mode is if you have two players connected, you can fight against each other in a kind of a duel mode, but only if you're linked you can fight against other players. So in this current situation, we're not able to do so. Okay, so those are our enemy types. Okay, let's begin. This is probably one of my favorite arcade games, just due to its creativity, or just the way that it's designed. So the way that the game works is that you don't actually have the scope like this all the time. So you didn't have the way that the game worked is that the gun you used was a joystick on an arcade machine, and this joystick had a very special screen attached to it that had the scope in it. And as you see here, this is what you would see in the game. You would just see this. But if you looked into the scope of the rifle on the controller panel, you would be able to look into it and take aim with it. So the entire game is find out where your enemies are on screen, aim down the joystick, which it really was just a giant joystick with a sniper controller on it, and just fire. And the higher accuracy you had, the more points you got. But you had to be extremely careful with your shots, because if an enemy detects you, then they lock onto you, and you have, based on what's shooting you, you have 6 health or 3 health or even 2 health. So you have to be extremely careful.
What's he doing out there? Is he a freelance sniper?
Go, dog. Don't interrupt my work. I can't believe that you stopped me in the middle of my plan, but it's not over yet. I won't soon forget either of your faces, and I shall return and have my revenge another day.
I've never actually beaten this game either, but it's probably one of my favorites. Okay, Sniper First Class. That's the introductory. Now we get a little bit deeper into this situation, and they start giving you much more stuff to do.
I goes down.
So now we have to
Why
deal with
me?
hostages.
Why don't you ask your favorite covert operatives, Alpha Squad? Well, I really don't have a choice, do I? Who's that? Laura? Why her?
Alright, so our sniper journey begins. Okay, so this is where they start throwing a lot of crazy stuff at you. So the way the bosses work in this game is really, really peculiar. Okay, so let's see, gotta take out that guy. By the way, they give you a lot of leeway to take some real fine aim with in the console version. But if this were in game, then you probably would be seeing a lot of missed shots. But this is a legit version of the game, and I'd rather not emulate a game where you have to deal with multiple viewing screens, and this emulates the experience rather well, so no complaints. By the way, no way to reload. You have 5 shots in your weapon, as you see in the bottom right, or the bottom left of the screen. And also you have a time between shots that is a delay, so you cannot just spam your firing trigger, and you actually get berated for doing so. All right, that's stage 1 of this area.
It's showtime.
Now let's play Metal Gear for real.
Oh yeah, this is developed by Konami, who yeah, this is developed by Konami, who
Confuse the
also published Metal Gear Solid at the time of this game's release. So there's a couple of in-jokes related to Metal Gear in this game. So as you get consecutive kills, you actually gain more points. And if you were hearing, I was actually trying to shoot that panel, but I continually missed. And I kept spamming the trigger, and you could hear the guy I was Okay, if you look at her, then you get extra health. That's really all she's for, is if you just look at her, then you get extra health. That's about it. If you shoot her, then you lose health, because you can't kill civilians. And she counts as a civilian, so... Again, you don't need to aim with the scope to get kills. You can actually just aim with the crosshair if you're really precise. But using the sniper scope is pretty much required for any long-range shots. Or bosses like this. So the bosses in this game are really interesting. So this is Tanya. She has a weak point to the head, like most of the bosses. And if you manage to shoot her in the head, it's an instant kill. Like so. So every boss has a weak point, and if you can shoot their weak point, which everybody you've pretty much had to shoot for the first few stages are just humans, then shooting them once in the head is an instant kill. But if you just keep getting body shots, which is more accurate and probably easier to do, then you'll get a better chance. Now, this is where things get interesting. Like I said, this isn't your typical just sniper game. You do have a bit of on-rail to do. Because again, this is an on-rail shooter. Just like Time Crisis and the like. So you do have to deal with most situations from an on-rail, like auto-scrolling sections, where you have to be precise and shoot things. And this is where having the scope mode off helps. Although I probably should have made this smaller. And this is where you're going to hear a lot of calm down. But yeah. Alright. So now we have that thermal sight. We're going to snipe some people. Ooh, oh wow, I got both of them, cool. Right, so now we're gonna turn on the thermals. Got two guys right there. Two guys right there. There we go.
Stop him. Try not to miss hot shot.
Okay, so this guy's a bit interesting. He's just basically your same little boss guy, but now you have the added effect of having to deal with a bunch of enemies at the same time. Oh. Okay, and the middle mouse button is your the middle mouse button, by the way, is your damn it. You gotta get rid of this guy. Okay, there we go. Middle mouse button is your start button in this for this control scheme. Yeah, that animation. You did it. Yes, we did it. Congratulations, everyone. If only I had people to high five. Okay, so now we're gonna move on to an airfield.
Hijacking military aircraft in the middle of the day. Now that takes guts.
There's one of the guys from Alpha Team. Must have sold out. Their plan is working better than we thought.
Okay, so now not only do we have to deal with constant sniping trajectory, but we also, are you kidding me? But we also now have to deal with kind of a movement trajectory as well. Oh yeah, I should also point out that in case you didn't notice already, yeah, I'm trying to wait for him to pop out. There we go. If you do specific actions, like killing people quickly, then you get a time extension. So the faster you can do it, the more time you get. And this guy I remember having issues with. You can shoot him in the head, but he throws civilians at you.
You're alive! Amazing. You mean that you know this monster?
I am mortal. Even if my body collapses, I will not die until I defeat you.
Okay, so he's also weak to the head, but it's really hard to hit him in the head, especially because there's a civilian in the way. And again, moving targets. So you're going to be shooting a civilian a lot. And of course, you can't shoot those guys because they're also civilians. So we just have to be extremely careful. And I say this, but it's really hard to do so. Yeah. That was just a wreck. That was a wreck.
Silent scope.
I guess now's a good time for me to change those scope adjustments, because I need to make that a bit smaller than it was. Wait, I need to do size. If only you could adjust the size of the aiming reticle. Oh well. Damn it. Alright. Speed is fine. Oh yeah, now we can actually change some stuff. We can now change our player life to 6. We should probably do that. As you beat the game, you actually do get those. You do actually get that. Okay, I'm gonna change that hit color to a flash since blue just looks weird. Okay, game settings. Life. I'm gonna scroll that all the way to 6. Still locked at 2 credits though. Difficulty still set to 3. There we go. Okay, we're gonna save again just in case. Ugh. No, it's not gonna get easier, by the way. Okay, back to the arcade version. And this time we're going to play as Sniper 2. Okay. Let me adjust my seat real quick. Okay, here we go. Okay, that's easier said than done. By the way, it does actually show you where you shot, so you can actually alter where you're aiming. And that is really helpful. Mm-hmm. It is interesting. You actually do kind of get a 3D motion with this. There you are. And up here. There we go. And this is a long shot. There we go. That was just me trying to aim accurately. That was where the stutter was coming from. There is no shake.
Don't interrupt my work.
There is no shake in-game that actually does all that. If you're wondering. Okay. Oh. Trying to just adjust my mouse without knocking it off of anything. There we go. That ended poorly. All right, there's our partner. Okay, so if you're noticing, we're actually shooting different targets than he is, for the most part. There are a couple of different targets that he isn't taking care of, that we are. It's like this guy right here. That's a guy that we could take care of. And that guy you didn't have to deal with. And there is a bit of a time to target kind of deal. It's not just instant snap. There is a bit of time to target, so you do have to kind of you do have to lead your shot sometimes.
Destroy the main power box and confuse the enemies.
And like so. You do kind of get a little bit of a time warning during this, which is nice. You do get some extra time to attack. This teaches you that you can shoot through boxes, or you can just shoot through things in general with your rifle, so you don't have to worry about aiming down sight. Okay, and elevator time. Okay, so now we're gonna get a higher advantage of this whole situation. And we're gonna deal with this guy. Like so, we have the boss. Instant kill. Oh, I wasn't expecting that shot. Okay, so now I have to be a bit more careful because this guy's in our way. Alright. So we can't be reckless with our shooting. Yeah, this game really does heckle you if you miss a bunch of your shots. I'm trying to shoot a guy, don't tell me to calm down. Jesus. Gotta kill stormtroopers. Actually, that is one game that I wonder that if there's a PC port of. Does anybody remember the Star Wars The Trilogy arcade game? You had like 3 different sequences that you would play. And you had like like, you know, the usual shoot, you had like the usual shoot things situation, but you also flew in an X-wing during like a TIE fighter battle, and you could fight on Hoth and everything. Like, there was a lot of shit that you could do. And I remember playing that arcade game a long time ago, and I do not remember, and I do not know anything about it ever getting a release anywhere else.
Stop.
Alright, so now we gotta shoot Fox in the head. Oh, this is entirely a different viewpoint. Jesus. Okay. I don't know where he is. There you are. Where are you? This would be a bit easier if I couldn't... Oh, there he is. Shit. It is really hard to hit him from this angle. He is moving around. Damn it. Where'd he go? There he is. Mouse, please. I know I've lost my touch because he's moving around. And of course, if you time out, then you lose a lot of... You lose a whole credit for timing out. That's the sad thing. That boss was an annoyance. Alright, so now we have a different viewpoint this time. We have an above the viewpoint. Okay, come on. There you go. So now that we're above the plane, we don't have to worry as much about... We don't have to worry too much about getting sniped or anything. We have to worry a bit about grenades being thrown at us, though. By the way, the amount of shots that you kill with dictates the speed it takes to reload your weapon. So if you miss all of your shots, then the reload penalty is much worse. But if you do a lot of shots, then it actually does save a little bit of time. Okay, so his weak point is the head, but again, it's really hard to hit him. So you just kind of have to try to hit, you just kind of have to hit the points that show up. That's a civilian. That's a civilian too. Damn it. That's a huge grenade though. Damn it. It would be nice if he wasn't using one as a meat shield, you know. You can clearly tell this was a quarter eater section. Like, this was meant to steal quarters. God damn it. Yeah, this is gonna piss me off. Jesus Christ. That was horrible.
There's no hostage in here. Where's Laura?
Hold on! You're gonna crash!
You did it. You died. That was horrible. Okay. So this is a special mission. You have to counter-snipe a lot of things here, and it's really difficult.
The hostages and missiles must be in there somewhere.
Let's light them up before they see us. Hey, wait! Idiot!
Okay, so there are cloaked enemies everywhere here, and you have to aim down the side of your rifle in order to catch most of them. So, that's not one. There's one over there, though. And there's one over there. And there's one over there. Okay. There's one right there. Damn it. Mouse, please. There's one there. There's one on top of that tower. There's one right there. There's one right there. Reload. There's one right over there. There's one right there. Okay, there's one. Come on, mouse. Come on, mouse. Don't cheat me out of this one now. Alright. The mouse is being real finicky right now. Tactical shot. Just an explosion. Nothing strange there. Damn it. Alright. Cool. And there's one to the left, I think? Can't see. There he is. Alright. This is gonna be difficult.
I'm going in. Cover me.
Fine. And the next time you move without my permission, I'll assume you're trying to escape and I'll nail you myself. There must be security sensors. Be careful.
Turn the night vision on. Turn the X-ray on.
I'm legitimately trying to aim, and this game is not having any of it. I'm really fighting it.
Watch out. The enemy is going to shoot.
There's nobody driving that truck, it seems. Ah, damn it, what the hell? Alright, I apparently don't get any warning whatsoever before I get shot. That's nice. Ah, damn it, really? Ugh. What is nice about this... God, really? I just got here. I am running real low on time here. I gotta be more quick. There you are. Ah, son of a bitch.
Watch out. The enemy is going to shoot. Hurry up. Hurry up. Watch out. The enemy is going to shoot. Hurry up.
I'm trying to hurry up, but this game is not being fair to me. Jesus. 7 seconds is not fast enough to do anything.
What a show off. He watches too many movies.
If we get hit with that, we'll be blown to pieces. Try to stop him.
I think I've been this
We're
far.
a little late for the party. We've already taken everything. The opera is no longer showing in here. Please purchase a ticket and come to the theater.
What the hell? Oh boy. Yeah, that is not fun. That is not fun at all. especially with this little laggy ass mouse. Real fair. Real fair.
Silent scope.
What else did we unlock? Custom setting and extra options can now be set to no cursor. Oh, good. Player life. No extra continues. The most important thing you could ever want, and they're not giving it to you. No such thing as more continues. Just more life. You don't need more life when you only have 7 seconds to fight a boss that literally cannot be killed in 7 seconds. I did not want shooting range. Okay. Let's try that again. Huh? That's really all this is? In order for you to actually play the arcade? Jesus Christ. Okay, I'm gonna real quick switch to a PS4, to a PS3. God damn it. I'm gonna switch just to a basic controller because this thing is pissing me off, really. And I can actually get access to my computer again. But positives. Positives. Clean GameCube controller. It wants to be played so badly. Alright. Okay, let's see if this actually messes with the gameplay at all. Okay, I need to check the speed real quick to make sure it's actually usable. Well, I do need to switch. I do need to switch the control scheme back to reverse. There we go. Key config. Increase scope speed, decrease scope speed. Scope on and off. Okay, those are fine. Okay, I think I can. If I turn this up, it might be a bigger help. And then, yeah, I can work with that. I think. Playing an on-rail shooter with a basic controller is bad. It's just a bad idea in every sense of the word. There's nothing good that can come out of using a controller for this kind of stuff. But I have no other choice because the mouse controller tends to lag after a while. Okay, so here we go again. I have to change this. I have to change this to be slower. Yeah, there's no way I'm playing with at that speed. I need to turn down the scope speed. Otherwise, I am just gonna have a bad time. There's one thing I can do as well. That is make it so that the scope is off at all times until I say so. Scope adjustment, speed. Okay, that'll do. Okay. Now let's save it this time, just to be sure. Alright. Oops.
Silent scope.
Okay, let's give that a go. Okay. I should have switched that setting. I don't know why everything is in reverse for some reason. Like, you set the scope to be off whenever it's toggled, but in order for you to switch the scope to off, it needs to be turned on. I don't get that. But oh well. We're just gonna have some minor issues making sure that this is actually viewable. Okay. And keep in mind that it's incredibly hard to get shot in this actual part of the game. Unless you're a terrible shot like I am. I have no idea how they got up there to begin with, but oh well. No complaints. See, this is the main situation, is that I just cannot shoot accurately in this current scheme. I mean, it'll say otherwise, but it like feels worse to do so. You don't quite have the same control. And I guess it's fair enough to do so. Alright. Damn it. Okay. Okay, that looks like it's going fine. Now getting boss headshots is going to be the hardest thing. Really, it is. Especially at this speed I've set. But I need to in order to actually shoot accurately in scope, which you need to do. Alright, that should be good. Damn it. Alright. That's fine. You can actually see how slow that is.
Confuse the enemies.
And again, the computer actually doesn't help you kill anything. You're really on your own during this entire thing. So, good luck to me, I guess. I guess the AI is there to help you feel better. They don't actually do anything like in the other rail shooters, like Time Crisis. Time Crisis, they actually do shoot and kill other enemies, but in this one, you're mostly just on your own. So yeah.
Bonus life.
There we go. Yep, 8 health. And it won't even matter if we lose all of our time. Oh, you you ducked under that shot.
Go after him.
Okay, so again, bosses are going to be a tad hard because of the slower speed. Come on, poke your head out. Oh, there is a jump. There's a button for increasing speed though. So, there's that. I actually probably should have just set that sooner so I could actually deal with that. This is oddly accurate. I could actually live with this. That was curiously accurate. Ow, what the? Again, just the game being a jerk. There we go.
Stop.
Alright, now time to kill him. Okay, first things first, dispatch of all enemies, so you don't have to deal with them all during this fight. Then it's all about shooting him in the head. There we go. You did it. Now see, this is much more accurate. But only because the controls aren't fighting you back. Like, this actually feels much more like the arcade game. Because in the arcade game, the joystick was incredibly accurate. Like, you could basically jerk it, like you jerk it up and down like maybe a few centimeters, and it would adjust really well. Also, I can't believe I said jerk it for a joystick, but whatever. You get what I mean. It's a sniper controller, and a sniper controller can be rested with. Or you can rest the controller like on your elbow or something, and it would be able to work just fine. You know, like an actual rifle would. Also, I don't know why they just decided, oh, you know what? Let's just spawn those 4 enemies out of thin air. No complaints, though. Alright, so now I have to shoot him in the head, but the problem is that you can't really shoot him in the head unless you have almost precise aim. Damn it. Really, the only way you can shoot him is if he... Ah, damn it. Alright. Okay, there we go. I just reset the timer. I was gonna lose a lot of time anyways. Or I was gonna lose a credit anyways. So there was no point in just aiming accurately. There we go. Now see, that was better. That was much better. Sniper first class. Alright. Okay. This should be easier. Okay. There's one enemy. Should be an enemy. There you are. Where are you? There you are. Yeah, see how well camouflaged they are? They're exceedingly well hidden. Again, I have no idea why those random bullets are just spewing out from here. There's nobody shooting them. Okay, there's a guy up here, and there's guys down here. Oh, cool. Didn't even know that guy was there. The girl was there. Woohoo. Task for everyone. Okay. There's one here. There's one there. There's one. Now see, it's all about remembering where they are. And I do remember this stage because it's the one that gave me the most problems, as you could tell. There's one. There's one. Okay, there's gonna be a tactical shot. Now you see that feels good. That feels snappy. And I wish I didn't have to say this, but I'm pretty sure I prefer this over playing with a mouse. This feels better. Okay. There's one up there. There's one down here. There's one over here. I see it is all a memorization game. Alright, there's one over here. There's one gonna be up here? No, down here. There you are. Alright. One way out there, and one over here. One over here. Okay, perfect. It almost seems like I chose the hard route. There's one there. You do get a nice rifle glint, which is nice. Like, they give you a warning shot. But usually that warning shot is enough for them to shoot you once, especially for ARs. I do remember the caution signs being more forgiving, though. Oop, that was a terrible shot. There we go. There you are. Then you have one over here. Perfect. See, that's better. That's much better. And of course we have to kill the collector. Okay, now the collector's gonna come out. Where'd you go? There you are. Okay, now they're introducing more enemies. Perfect. Now that went much better than last time.
I think that was his best performance ever.
Where are the missiles and hostages?
In the Opera House, this is sure to be a dramatic ending.
You did it. Doing real good. Doing real good. Ah, yes, this place. Okay, this is where I remember getting my last game ended. The Opera House is quite the insane little show. And for good reason. There's a lot of spots for an enemy to show up. And again, it's kind of dark-ish here, so they kind of blend in a bit. Anywhere else? Oh, there's one. There's another. Oop, dark. The star. Weapon handgun, tenor. Weak to the head.
What is that?
I don't know, but it looks like he's got a problem.
Oh man, this is gonna be a problem. His weak point is the head, but the weak point is so finicky. Yeah, it was a left-hand shot. There we go. I don't want to waste any more time. Encore.
All the preparations to launch the missiles are over. All I need to do now is to input the launch code. But I never like an easy ending. To make things a little more interesting, I've left the launch device with the hostage. Can you disarm the missiles?
Oh boy. Oh boy, my favorite. Whoops. Okay, we're good. Good, we just have to shoot here.
Missiles are secured, but he still has the last resort.
Laura is still in his hands.
Yes, I am sure he will use her.
You did it. I shot a hostage in the kidney once and shot 3 missile launching devices. Fantastic. Okay, is this the last mission?
We're gonna nail them in one stroke.
That's exactly what I'm thinking.
That's what I should be saying to you.
Okay, so now we gotta deal with enemies that look like civilians. See, that's a civilian there. That's an enemy. Ow, damn it. Okay, quit. Stop it. Okay, that's an enemy up there. That's also an enemy. Oop, got one up there. Okay, that's a civilian. Perfect. The main issue with having transparency on is that you kind of lose the ability to determine where an enemy is, because you start seeing the danger reticle behind the scope, and that's kind of an issue. Perfect. Oh, got a double-decker bus. Nope, damn it. Shoot. Where is he? There he is. Ah, damn it. Yeah, calm down. You know, you totally don't have 2 seconds left to find an enemy. We did better that time, but at the same time, enemy not spawning and caution system not really being operable. Hopefully we unlocked something like extra credits. Of course not. But we have 8 life now. Because that's totally useful when you have such a short time limit. Ugh. What's in the in-game options? Hide cursor in scope showing enemy direction. Oh, that thing. Whatever. Alright. We're gonna switch games. Because if I play this anymore, I might get angry. But that was fun. And that was Silent Scope 2. You can get it. You can get it on your PS2. You can get it relatively cheap, like maybe $10 or $15. You can also get the Time Crisis games, which I want to pick up. I'm going to pick up the Time Crisis games eventually. All I need are those gun cons. And my foot to sleep. God damn it. Alright, let's switch that to HDMI. Alright, gotta switch this over to a different HDMI port before it switches over to the PS4. Because it likes doing that a lot. Alright, where did I put that disc? Shouldn't be too far gone. I don't know why it does that. It does it every time. Oh well. I just gotta edit it. It's fine. Doesn't take away from the experience. All we are is in a loading screen. Is it in the Wii Splits folder? Yes, it is. Excellent. I lost the Link's crossbow training. I lost that folder a long time ago. So, I'm also trying to talk to you through my headset and not through the actual stage mic, so I apologize if you're just hearing mumbling behind this Wii audio. I haven't played Link's crossbow training in years. those of you who don't know what linked crossbow training is, uh, it was basically a tech thing. I can't say a tech demo because that wouldn't be right. It was more of a it was more of like a mini game that came with every Wii Zapper accessory that came with it. And the Wii Zapper is basically a short ended like a very short weapon kind of looking deal where you have a place where you can put your nunchuck and you have a place where you can put your Wii remote. The Wii remote clips into the front and then you can clip in the nunchuck from the back. It was used for quite a few games. Let's see here. What games come to mind that actually had Wii Zapper support? Besides linked crossbow training, let's see here. I can actually tell you this right now. The main game that actually supported this that you've already seen on stream before is House of the Dead. Let's turn down that speed a little bit. There we go. All right. And let's see here. The House of the Dead 2 has Wii Zapper support. Let's see here. Call of Duty games, the Call of Duty games especially. Call of Duty 4, Black Ops, Modern Warfare 3, and World at War had support for it. GoldenEye 007, the House of the Dead 2 and 3 return, House of the Dead Overkill, Mad Dog McCree, that was it's a very, very old FMV shooter game that was actually ported onto the Wii. The Resident Evil Chronicles games, Medal of Honor Heroes 2, Sin and Punishment Star Successor, Sniper Elite had support for it, The Conduit, and Dead Space Extraction. Those are the most well-known ones. We also had Ghost Squad on it. I guess that can count as well. But other than that, no other major game of importance used the Wii Zapper. There are 27 games that use the Wii Zapper exclusively, not counting Wii U games, of course, and games that optionally supported it, like Metroid Prime Trilogy can use it, but it restricts the use of changing visor and gun types. But anyways, linked crossbow training is a very, very, very oldish. Not oldish. It's a very strange game. And I've actually completed this game 100%. Let's see here. I've completed this game 100%. As you can see, all platinum Triforces. That's the highest rank you can get. But we're going to try to just run through the entire game. Remember that this is basically just a game that was used to kind of sell the peripheral for the Wii Zapper. It is nothing special, and it's actually hated by a lot of people. But being a connoisseur of light gun games, I fell in love with this game. It is a very, very fun, just arcade-style shooter. And it actually has a couple of different game modes that we're going to see in this playthrough. Keep in mind that I have completed this game, but I am going to show you everything that this game has to offer, including some stuff that is very special. So these are my very old Miis, like very old. Like we're talking 2009. We're gonna set Metroid for this. For this. Actually, hold on. Since I'm able to actually change the settings right now, I'm gonna add a mic delay. So let me do that real quick. Okay, there's apparently a mic delay on right now. Perfect. I must have skimmed that over. Alright. Level 1. Okay, so level 1 introduces 3 game types. All 3 of them are the main stuff. You have target practice, defender, and ranger. Target practice is basically an on-rail style. Defender means that you are in a third-person perspective and you just go around and shoot at a 360-degree angle at free aim. And ranger is free movement and free aim. So you basically get all 3 ranges of how the Wii Zapper can operate. And you're going to see just how fun this can be. So I hope you enjoy, because I love this game a lot. A lot more than I should be giving it credit. Alright. Okay, so here we are at Ordon Village. By the way, the entirety of Link's crossbow training is set in the Twilight Princess universe. Okay, so aiming anywhere in the middle gets you 10 points, and aiming in the center gives you 30 points. And of course, there are little extra bits here that you can shoot, but we're going to focus mainly on targets, because they give us this. And if you can shoot all 3 of the targets, you get a bonus area at the end. Or no, if you shoot the scarecrow, it actually gives you the secret area. You just got to shoot the second one you find. And of course, shooting every area that you find in this is a good idea. Shooting every little breakable object gets you stuff. Points mostly, but you can occasionally stumble upon gems, which if you shoot them fast, they give you extra points. So you don't shoot the cuckoos. That gets you points. Okay. If you shoot all the targets, then you get a bonus. I think it doubles your points. So in order for you to get platinum, you're usually required to get 2 out of the 3 perfects. But on defender, all you need to do is shoot as much as you can. So these are Stalfos, and your goal is to just shoot them. As you see, you have a radar on the bottom left, and your goal is to just shoot them. You get a warning if they get too close to you, and this guy gives you the automatic. So you can just spray and pray. The automatic is a very new power-up. And sadly, this isn't really expanded on, because I would have loved a crossbow in Zelda. The crossbow's fun, and you, of course, can hear the wonderful sound effects that are coming from the Wii remote. But I can't do anything about it. Yeah, we're not doing very good for this one. But, oh well, what can you do? I haven't played this game in 3 years, maybe, so that should set it. Alright, so now we have control over Link. We now have complete control, which means we can move as we wish. And we're going to use this to our advantage. Okay, so we have that guy over there. Well, no, that's a scarecrow. We have that guy over there to shoot. That guy. We have that guy over there. And let's see here, you have this guy, these 2 guys, these 3 guys, that guy up there. So basically your entire goal is to just run around and be able to do things as quickly as you possibly can. Because if you do it fast, then you get as much points as you need. And as you see, because of how many seconds we got 500 points times the amount of seconds that we had left. So got 500 times 41. There's that gem I was talking about. Just gotta destroy everything. Perfect. I probably got us gold, hopefully. Yeah, we got gold. Alright, on to the next one. Okay, so this includes Goron City, Zora River Defender, and another. So this gives us 2 on-rails, or 2 set shooters and 1 defender. That's fun. Okay, so now we have a lot of stuff to deal with. So now we have to deal with red targets. So now we have red and blue targets. We can't shoot the blue targets because we lose points. That's the gist of it. Did I mention that I played this when I was 13 and had a blast with it? I think it was 13. 2008 maybe is when this came out. Back then I was a huge fan of just games like this. I loved rail shooters because they were a dying breed at the time. And still are. So it was nice to see that this game gave it kind of an attention of just basic target practice with a bit of a twist. It's also where I get a lot of my Twilight Princess knowledge from. Yeah, so this one doesn't have a secret scarecrow area, sadly. And also, I don't think it's even possible to get the Triforce in this, so what you get is what you get. Alright. So now we're going down a river and we just have to shoot the Toadpolis. I have no idea how dangerous these things are actually in Twilight Princess, but whatever. These are Octoroks. And I just lost a lot of points for that. Oh well, what can you do? We didn't get a point boost for that too. Oh, what a shame. Well, that does set us into the gold range. Okay, skull shooting. Okay, so now we just have to shoot skulls out of the sky. Just keep shooting, basically. The aiming is very lenient, by the way. You don't have to be perfect on aim. Alright, let's see what we can get out of this. Yeah, cool. As you can see, very lenient kind of style. Oh, well, I missed that, but whatever. Alright, we got the extra 5,000. Yeah, that'll set us into platinum range. I think think platinum may be 100,000 points. I don't know. No. Okay. So every single stage has their own requirements for hitting platinum. For the first 3 stages, you only have to get 80,000, but the rest is like 100k. Okay, so now we have to hit the scarecrow here. Okay, so now it's alternating on hit. So now we have to hit all the targets in order to unlock the next set. Which means that we need to be fast in order to get to the last panel. So that was fast. Okay. Trying to focus on actually shooting these things is not easy. Okay. So now we actually get to shoot here. This has a lot of extra little targets. Alright, that was good. That set us well above platinum range. That was a phenomenal stage. Look at that. We already hit platinum. And we're going to exceed it. That's phenomenal. Also, I would like to respect the fact that this has incredible loading times for what it is. Like, it basically loads instantly. So if you didn't get the gimmick yet, every 7 blocks you hit, or every 7 fruits you hit, you get a meteor, and that gives you extra points. It's really good for multipliers. Because as you see there, we just got a 300 times 28. Yeah, 82,000. Jesus. This actually probably is the highest scoring level in the entire game, just based off this. Okay, so now we have to kill some cargo rocks. These little fellas. So, now we just have to shoot as many as we possibly can, being extra careful to get our accuracy just right, while avoiding imminent death. Okay. This is going pretty okay. Of all the things, this is probably the worst board of the game, because it just escalates towards the end. But hey, we did it. And we basically tripled what we needed in order to get platinum. That's phenomenal. Damn right we got a platinum. Okay, so now we get to extra stuff. So now we have Zora River Target Practice, Hyrule Castle Defender, where we just have to kill a lot of keys, and Skulltula Forest Ranger, where we have to kill a bunch of Skulltulas the traditional way. Starting with Zora River Target Practice. This one has a bunch of moving targets. Alright. Off we go. Oh yeah, in order for you to activate these scarecrow sections, you actually need to shoot them 8 times and then blast their head off. Every successive hit gets you a point. Gets you 8 points if you're at the max, but in order to actually advance, you need to hit the 1000 mark with them. If you just blast them away without blowing their heads off to full capacity, then you do not get it. Also, you cannot shoot behind the water. Or shoot through the water, I should say. So be very careful how you shoot. Okay, so that was good. Now we get up here for the final section. Now this is where zoom comes in handy. Perfect. Okay, so we got all the targets. Cool. Cool. I love this game. I know it's not a Zelda game by any stretch of the imagination, but it's a fun game. Okay, so now if we look up, you're going to see green. If we shoot them, then we get our automatic. And this is useful for killing geese in the swarms. Because again, large groups equals fun to blast. And there are 3 of these extra little automatic keys to shoot. So if you ever run out, then you can just go get another one. An interesting thing with the automatic as well is that you can actually use it to spam this and get a bunch of points. Cool. Now we didn't get the trophy. Now we didn't get the Triforce for that, but oh well. Alright, Skulltula Forest Ranger. Gotta kill 18 Skulltulas. Now they each take 2 hits. There's some hanging out on the ground, some hanging out above the trees. Doesn't matter how you shoot them, just as long as they die. Okay. And some are hanging out on walls. You can get this done in maybe 40 seconds. Okay, there's one right here. Oops. Where is he? There you are. Okay, now we have plenty of time to just scavenge for extra points. Cool. Alright. Alright. That was a good run. I think we only got gold on that one, but oh well. Gold is good. Alright. Yuka target practice, Moldorm defender. Can't remember what the other one is. Okay, so you can't shoot the Yoka, but you can see here, where's the... Can't remember. I don't think there's a, I don't think there's a special Scarecrow here. I think it's just Oka. Anyways, if you shoot the Oka, you can actually get the... You can actually get the shot. You can actually get the target back. And I think it actually gives you points if you shoot the Oka and then shoot the target. But what's the fun in that? Alright. I'm not a huge fan of the Oka, to be fair. And I think they're very ridiculous and unneeded. I never understood why they existed in Twilight Princess. The entire game is just really weird to me. I don't quite get it. But I mean, if other people like the game, then who am I to judge? I mean, I like this game. A lot of people hate it. That was terrible. I need to remember how this game is. Okay. Okay, so now they only come out when they jump out of the sand. And you have these to deal with. Oh, there comes another Moldorm. Whatever these things are, I can't remember the names. Okay, there we go, 2 waves done. Cool. That got us some points. Okay. But this is going to give us more points than we should be able to get. The shootout is a really peculiar part of the game. I don't even know where this takes place in the game, in Twilight Princess, I mean. I know this is actually an area in the game, but I don't remember where it takes place. Either way, you have plenty of, just room to shoot. And you do have a bit of an advantage in some situations. And I mean, you do have quite a bit of an interesting perspective to use. So, you do have an advantage. So you do get, like, freedom to move. Everything. Damn it, I missed that shot. Okay. Now where is this enemy? I have a feeling that I'm missing a lot. Damn you. I couldn't even remember where all the enemies were. I'm usually really good at remembering that kind of stuff. Ugh, I haven't played this in ages. But at least we got gold. And that's good enough. Okay, so now we have more targets in Ordon to shoot. But now we're moving. So we immediately get rid of that situation. Alright. Oops. I can't believe I actually got that shot. Alright, this actually doesn't have a checkpoint or a special scarecrow either. This is all rotational. This is an interesting way to make a game, though. You basically create a shooting range out of your game, out of your level, I mean. It's all you can really call this game. You can really just call this game a shooting range, and it would basically work. Ah, this one. I love this one. Okay. You can get a ton of points on that stage if you're really lucky. I just wasn't. So now I have to make up for it in the Snow Peak Ruins Ranger. This one's actually really cool too. I love Snow Peak Ruins. These guys, they're all quite evil. Wait. They like to throw you these. And sometimes they will block your shots. So you need to be careful and shoot where you least expect them to be. Just like up there. Oh yeah, red ones are one hit kill. You can kill them in one hit. The other ones are not. Okay, we can blow away this ice. Oop. Okay. Oop. Oop, that was not... There we go. Alright, 2 left. Okay. That was easy-ish. Okay, that's all. We got gold with that. We got gold with that. You can actually improve in this game too, which is the interesting thing. Like, you can easily, if you know where everything is, you can easily get a ton of points. Like, you can easily triple or even quadruple the points that you need to get platinum in each of these stages. The only issue is that I'm out of practice. Okay, so Mr. Scarecrow is out over there. Looks like I won't be getting the Triforce this time. Alright. So now Mr. Scarecrow is over there. Okay, so now we just have to avoid shooting the X's. Okay, so since we unlocked the Scarecrow area, now we just get a giant target shoot where we can shoot tons of targets for tons of points. This is actually really good practice for improving your speed. You can basically increase your speed really well on those kinds of shoots. You just have a bunch of targets and you don't even care, you just shoot. Okay, Erolphos. I remember this giving me issues. There is a specific point in their hitbox that you can actually shoot them. You can actually kill them in one shot if you're really good, before they even leave the ground. Oh, that works too. That definitely works. Just as well. That's a really low scoring area anyways. Temple of Time Ranger. This is where you actually get to practice those special shots. For the longest time I thought it was possible to shoot them out of the sky to kill them, but you actually need to wait for them to land on the ground before you can do anything. Actually shoot these things dead. And let's see here. Come on. Okay, come on. Okay. Alright. Did I get gold? Yeah, I should have. Yeah, definitely. Issues. Okay, look at that. We're already almost done with this game. Go figure. Okay, so now we're on horseback and we can shoot this. We can shoot. Now this, I don't think, has a way for you to get a Scarecrow bonus. It's weird, like 4 of the stages in this game only have Scarecrow bonuses. The other 5 only have standard, well, only have the standard Scarecrow. No love for Scarecrow, I suppose. It's probably my favorite part of this game, though, is getting the Scarecrow bonuses, because you get a real special benefit for accurately killing those things. And this just tests your precision, because it's just riding on horseback. all you really need to do is just be accurate for when the targets aren't moving, but you are. Ah, damn it. Alright. Perfect. Already on the way to gold. Is it just every single track has 80,000 points? Alright, this is my favorite defender. Because you get 2 of these, and you have a bunch of these to kill. See? Look at them coming down in packs. Coming for you. The most fun you'll have fighting these things, that's for sure. I heard that... I don't remember ever fighting these in the original game either. But based on these guys' movements, I would not want to deal with them. By the way, this does actually use the engine. The engine that is used for Twilight Princess. It does use the same engine. It's just, you know, modified. Yeah, that was alright of a stage. Now, you're going to get a lot of points from Dark Nut. You actually fight a Dark Nut in this boss fight. And, I remember it being really easy to kill. But we'll see. We'll see how quickly we can kill it. Okay, so... I can't remember how to kill him.